I choose stitches and drafts.
Excellent choice. Have a look outside.
Thank you. I shall work on collecting items for the shop's inventory. Oh, and Penny, we'll be closing the shop by 9 o'clock every night.
The Minister's magic didn't get where he is by sitting on his hands.
Revelio.
Oh, perhaps today you have something you'd like Penny to sell for you? Oh, Penny will fetch a good price for what you'd like to sell. Penny wishes you safe and wondrous travels.
Clear the dock seats from the curtains each spring.
Nice to see you, my young friend.
Too quiet, if you ask me.
Perhaps I shall scout around Fellcroft for something to poach.
Guide. I'm most pleased to be included.
Not like I'd fall out now. Lucky if I fit in one. Could do with it. mushroom stew about now? Someone's here.
Arresto momentum. Incendio.
Always on the defense.
Glacier.
Oh, this will not be another setback like
Leviosa.
that student.
Defender. Bombarder. Expelliarmus.
You won't be able to stop Ranrock's loyalty.
Glacier.
I won't rest. But then...
Expelliarmus. You only have Ranrock to blame. Revelio. I should investigate.
You can't
Bombarder.
imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented flu powder.
Revelio.
Next time I see Pig or that student, I'll give them what they deserve.
Imperio.
Are you sure you're the knuckle?
Bombarder. Accio. Defender.
You seem fond of dark men. You won't get away with that.
Defender.
That's the student who stopped himself from.
Expelliarmus. Defender. Accio. Revelio.
What are you up to now?
Accio. Revelio.
I'm going for a bacon and mushroom stew.
Imperium.
You will suffer.
Been going to herbology class, I see.
Such arrogance.
Arresto momentum.
Think you're...
Glacier. Endo. Accio. Bombarda.
You won't. That's the student who...
Accio. Endo.
Where'd you learn?
I'm my best.
Expelliarmus. Confringo. Rependo. Imperio. Arresto momentum. Glacier. You've one less follower, Ranrock. The castle must have been quite... Revelio.
You like what my mother used.
Lumos.
Goblins will finally rule over wizards.
Imperio.
How dare you use that spell on me?
Lumos. Revelio.
Leaders will have no choice but to submit to us.
Imperial. Someone there?
What was that? Huh? Who is it? No, something that time. Something else. All defense.
Arresto momentum. Glaciers. Defendo. Expelliarmus. Ranrock has fooled you all to your demise. Accio. Revelio. Revelio. I'll look after you. Revelio. Imperial.
Someone's going to ring. It isn't. You've heard quite enough of our
Revelio. Goodness. What a path.
I would say that Irondale is not appropriately named. What did you do?
Revelio. Arresto momentum.
Did you learn that in your
Glaciers. Revelio. Levioso. Bombardo.
Still! Reducto! Reducto!
Rodriguez.
Levioso! Yeah!
Oh, I'm going to enjoy this. Go poking about the train. Reducto! Confringo! Levioso! Nacco! Reducto!
Imperium!
Levioso!
Accio!
Damn you! Levioso!
Expelliarmus!
Yes, they want to move.
Confringo!
I see you!
Levioso! I'm not a proper life. Confringo! How did that feel?
Marvelous strike.
You're sending pure! Is that the best you... Stop that!
I shall make mouths of you.
Levioso!
Here to show.
Confringo!
Tuki, Levioso!
Accio!
Levioso!
Expelliarmus!
Hold still! Levioso!
Accio! Bombarda! Revelio!
Most stores in Hogsmeade know me by sight. Unfortunately.
Imperium!
Come out before I find you.
Oh, you're there!
Confringo!
Someone over!
Ringo!
Look what you've done! You'll pay for it. Let's see you.
I'm sure it'll be back for more.
Allow me to put you out.
That ought to warm you up. Confringo! This is not going well for you.
You've made a mistake.
Accio!
Thanks for another visit.
Expelliarmus!
Bastard expelling. What's that?
Flipendo! Confringo!
That's all you are.
Let's play Friends and Pray, shall we?
Better luck next time.
Expelliarmus! Potato!
Stick around like a fennywig.
Expelliarmus! Confringo! Bombarda! Endo! Huh? Revelio!
Levioso! Levioso!
Arresto Momentum! Glacius! Flipendo!
Such a...
Accio! Revelio. Arresto momentum. Glacius. Imperio. Protego. Stupefy. Arresto momentum. Defender. Bombarda. Levioso. Confringo. Defender. Revelio. Protego. Stupid. Revelio. Arresto momentum. Glacius. Defender. Confringo. Bombarda. Ugh. Shame you're so foul.
Now you're just getting on my nerves. You won't.
And I haven't even had to kill yet.
Confringo!
Levioso. Accio.
Potato! Oh, stupid! You little maggot!
Expelliarmus!
Reducto!
Protego! Stupid!
Reducto!
Stupid!
Ringo!
Protego!
Was that
Defender!
Back of some sort? I shall kill you for this when I get down from here!
Arresto Momentum! Protego! Place Incendiary! Imperio! Expelliarmus! Ringo! Defender! Bombarda! Protego! Crucible! Stupid! Protego! One less foul hulking brute.
I'll check your pockets after you're dead.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
Revelio.
Levioso!
Imperio.
Release me!
You may want some food.
Glacius.
You're a sneaky freak, aren't you?
Protego.
Levioso! No! Always one in there. Except this time it's not just one, is it?
Glacius.
It's the... You there! Stop! Levioso!
Arresto Momentum. Imperio.
Stop this!
Your poaching days are over.
We'll have our paths carved.
Revelio.
Simple as that. Protego!
Glacius. Arresto Momentum.
Incendio!
Now, expulso! Expulso! Just stupid.
Glacius.
Might want to look up.
Arresto Momentum. Imperio.
Serve your mistress!
Defender.
You'll be sorry when...
Expulso!
Expelliarmus! Revelio. 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 The course looks rather deserted. I hope everything's all right.
I'm over here.
Hello again, Imelda. This course is a bit far from the castle, isn't it?
Obviously. Evidently too far for most of our classmates. Pathetic. They should be begging me to keep these trials alive, not running scared. I'm surprised our new 5th year showed up. I suppose I appreciate the effort.
That's actually... thank you.
I know I can be impatient, but I get frustrated by those who don't take things as seriously as I do. And in my experience, that's everyone. Anyway, don't let it go to your head. Right then, enough chatter. I'm confident I've posted a time you won't be able to beat.
We'll soon see how I fare, won't we? I'm ready.
Get ready to lose.
Brilliant. Made it. Excellent. This is going well. That wasn't too difficult. Brilliant. Made it. well. This is rather fun. That was quite something.
Impressive work today, but don't get too comfortable. I'll be on your heels in no time. My family's not going to believe the news when I tell them. They're almost as competitive as I am. Almost.
Do you get your competitiveness from your family?
You could say that. My grandfather played Quidditch for Puddlemere United. And my father, well, he was a chaser for Slytherin, but had to stop after a curse took his knees out. Said it was the Gryffindor beater. And me, I fell in love with flying the first time I saw the ground disappear beneath my feet. Something about the freedom you feel on a broom. I've not been able to stop since.
I take it you want to play for a team, but which one? And which position?
I'm my father's girl. A chaser through and through. You'd know that if Black hadn't cancelled Quidditch this year. As for a team, it's the Holyhead Harpies I've always dreamt of. When I'm finished with school, I'll try out. If for some reason I don't get accepted, I don't know what I'll do. Herbology, perhaps? Because if that did happen, you might as well pop me and call me a mandrake. I'd never stop screaming.
Will you keep running these courses?
I'll race them myself. Don't want to get rusty. But I won't be dealing with time trials. You're welcome to run them too. Anyway, hope we find time to fly again soon.
It's been fun competing against your records, Imelda.
It has been fun. Glad you're here. 5th year. You're an asset to our house. You take care of yourself.
I should let Mr. Weeks know that this was his best upgrade yet. Sometimes it seems all roads lead to Hogsmeade.
Is the new reversal hex really? How's my favourite test flyer?
Hello again, Mr. Weeks. I set a new record at the South Course.
Fantastic! Your broom performed well then?
The best upgrade yet. It flew beautifully, incredibly nimble. But with the speeds it now reaches, I can feel the wind catching beneath the seat a bit, preventing it from reaching its full potential.
Of course! Should have anticipated that. Exactly the kind of report I've come to expect from you. At last, I think I know what needs to be done for my final upgrade.
What will you do after the final upgrade is complete?
I aim to make Spintwitches the most sought-after shop in Hogsmeade. And I wouldn't mind getting back on a broom myself, just for the thrill of it. Couldn't be more pleased we made headway with the upgrades, proved the naysayers wrong, made all the hard work worth it.
I shall look forward to speaking again.
I'll be sure to send you an owl when I'm finished. Thank you again for your help. Couldn't have done this without you.
Good for Mr. Weeks. Mr. Weeks and I do.
You should be proud of all the progress.
Hogsmeade, here I come.
It is wonderful to see you back here. Oh, perhaps today you have something you'd like Penny to sell for you? Penny wishes you safe and wondrous travels.
Revelio.
I simply pretended.
Aloha Mora.
No one's looking. You can stop a thief in their tracks with stupefy.
Revelio.
Are you ready to put an end to Harlow?
I'm ready to do what's needed to take Harlow down. I know you have a plan.
We must gather information from the friends of Mr. Bickle that Archie and Mrs. Bickle mentioned. Agabus Filbert, Otto Dibble, and Mr. and Mrs. Rabe.
All right.
I suggest that you speak with each of them while I head to the Hogshead. I saw some Ashwinders heading there. And as my mother would never go near the Hogshead, she is less likely to learn of my activities than if I were to wander the village questioning its residents.
What sort of information am I trying to gather from these people?
They may know what evidence Mr. Bickle had against Harlow, or they may have evidence of their own. We simply need to know whatever they know.
Where am I to find these friends of his?
I do not know about Mr. Rabe, but his wife, Daisy, is often in Hogsmeade, as is Agabus Filbert. And Otto Dibble, he works at Gladrags, so you will likely find him there.
Very well. I'll speak with them, see what I can learn.
I knew I could rely on you. We need to know how they are being blackmailed by Rookwood and Harlow. Meet me here after you have spoken with them. Hopefully, by the time you return, I will be able to move a bit more freely.
Something threatens me.
Mrs. Rabe should be nearby.
Oh, Isco, what have I done?
Mrs. Rabe, I wondered if I might speak with you about Theophilus Harlow. I'm a friend of the Bickles and I'm trying to gather evidence against him.
Poor Joanna and little Archie. And now Harlow has taken my darling Isco.
What do you mean? Why?
I'm a security guard at Gringotts, and my husband is a curse breaker for them. Harlow approached me about helping him extort my colleagues into giving him treasures from the vaults.
And you declined?
Of course I declined. Repeatedly. I thought they'd given up, until I came home one night and found my husband gone, and a note affixed to my door with a knife. The note stated that I only had a few days to reconsider helping with some banking needs, and that my husband would appreciate it if I acted quickly. But the help Harlow wants is help that I cannot give, and my dearest Isco is paying the price.
Why wouldn't Harlow extort your husband?
Isco's job is even more removed from the vaults than mine. He travels the world for the bank. He could do nothing for Harlow. I'm the one in the bank on a daily basis, which evidently makes me an enticing target for blackmail.
Have you helped Harlow since your husband was taken?
No, I'm worried sick about Isco, but he'd never want me to compromise my integrity. I also know that he's extremely clever. That said, I was hoping he would have escaped by now. It makes me concerned as to why he hasn't.
Are you sure the note means that your husband was kidnapped?
What else could it possibly mean? Besides, I came home to find that someone had trampled the daisies in our garden. It may sound silly, but those were Isco's pride and joy. He would never have let that happen.
Thank you, Mrs. Rabe. Knowing the lengths that Harlow will go to is helpful, albeit more than disturbing.
Mr. Bickle was trying to help us, but now he's gone. I don't know what to do.
I shall do all I can to get evidence against Harlow, Mrs. Rabe.
Very well. Here's the note I received. You must be careful as well. Please don't put yourself in danger.
Some evidence worth hanging on to.
Thank you. I hope it's...
Revelio! Now, to find Mr. Bickle's other two friends.
Aloha Mora.
Revelio! Otto Dibble works at Gladrags. I should check there.
But please tell me you didn't take it. But perhaps it's been here all along.
Mr. Dibble, may I speak with you? It's about Theophilus Harlow.
I've nothing to say about him. May I interest you in a stunning cravat today?
Please, sir, I'd like to help. I spoke to Mrs. Bickle.
You know the Bickles? All right. But we must be discreet. Can't have Mr. Hill hearing this.
I know Mr. Hill. He was kind to me the day of the troll attack.
Oh, he's a good man. But even he wouldn't understand about Harlow. It started a few weeks ago. I was distracted, reading a note, when you-know-who came into the shop. I hid the note behind the counter and offered to help him. He stared at me for a moment, then asked me to check on an order he'd placed. I went into the storeroom to check on what turned out to be a non-existent order. When I returned, he was holding the note.
What was in the note?
It was a note from Rosie Hill, Mr. Hill's daughter. You see, we've been, secretly engaged these past 6 months. We haven't told Mr. Hill yet. I dare say he has higher hopes for her. Harlow advised me in no uncertain terms that my relationship with Rosie, not to mention my employment here, depended upon my cooperation.
What does he ask you to do?
It all happened so quickly. In an instant, he took a very expensive scarf from the counter, pocketed it, and smiled. He said, "Your secret is safe as long as I can supply my lady friend with delightful items like this every so often." I've been able to cover for his requests until now with some creative bookkeeping, but I can't keep it up for much longer. I'm terrified to say anything. I could never live without Rosie.
Could you give me a bit more detail about the note? That might help me to identify it should I come across it.
It's on Rosie's special pink stationery. It has her monogram at the top, RH. That's how Mr. Hill would know it was real.
I met Mr. Hill the day of the troll attack. He was kind to me. Why don't you just tell him?
He's a lovely man. But when it comes to Rosie, I fear he loses all perspective. He'd see this as a grave betrayal. I'd lose my job instantly, and Rosie as well.
What have you been doing to keep the extortion a secret?
Well, as I mentioned, creative bookkeeping. And I've also been trying to cover the costs with my own savings, but I'm running out of money. Of course, none of this bodes well for my efforts to improve my circumstances and to be worthy of Rosie.
Thank you for telling me. I'm gathering evidence to take Harlow down.
I would love nothing more than to see him rotting in Azkaban, but be careful. He's an awful man and incredibly dangerous. As for Rosie's letter, should you happen upon it, I have committed it to memory. You may destroy it immediately.
Understood.
Now hurry off before Mr. Hill returns.
Revelio!
Where was I?
We're on the right track. Now to find the last of Mr. Bickle's friends.
Get where he is by sitting on his hands.
Revelio! Agabus Filbert must be around here somewhere.
Hello there.
Excuse me, Mr. Filbert. I wondered if I might speak with you about your dealings with Theophilus Harlow. I hope to ease Mrs. Bickle's mind by gathering evidence against him.
Oh, tragic what happened to Bickle. He wanted me to speak out against Harlow for an act of violence committed against me. But I feared Harlow's retaliation, and so I refused.
If you had spoken out against him as Mr. Bickle asked, perhaps Harlow would be locked away by now.
Perhaps. But perhaps I would have suffered a similar fate.
You said that Harlow committed an act of violence against you. Could you tell me what happened?
Before my extraordinary wife, Dulcibella, passed away, she had just completed a small book of poetry. As a surprise for her birthday, one she never had the chance to celebrate, I had the book beautifully bound and plated in gold. One day, Harlow came calling to punish me for having spoken out against the Neanderthals that comprise Rookwood's lot. Before I knew it, I'd been petrified, and Harlow was rifling through my home. He found the book of poetry, with its exquisite gold plating. I watched helplessly, lying there in my entranceway as he walked away with the book, laughing as he went. I was shaken to my core. Still am, to be honest.
I imagine you fear Harlow retaliating again, but do you mind if I share this information with Officer Singer?
I suppose I have no choice. This extortion can't go on forever. You can pass it on to anyone who may be willing to help. Harlow does not like people talking, as you already know.
I've spoken with Mr. Bickle's friends. Now to find Natty. Revelio.
Hello, Homora.
Revelio.
I can't imagine how muggles get by without them.
What's the point of toiling if it can be done with magic?
Revelio.
Revelio certainly never revealed the charm of my potions, Professor, back when I was at school.
Very partial to muggles.
It's not like Natty to be late. She said she was going to the Hog's Head. Perhaps I'll find her there. Revelio.
Find myself scurrying.
We've got dark wizards these days.
Natty must be around here somewhere. Natty's wand. She can cast without it. She wanted me to find this. She's in trouble. Revelio will show me where she was taken. Revelio!
Nosy little students get what's coming to them. Hey. Hey.
Revelio! Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly. The footprints led to this room. There must be another way forward. Accio. Revelio. Accio. A hidden door. Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly. Revelio. I'd better be sure I'm not seen.
I hope Rookwood knows what he's doing.
Revelio.
You owe me galleys and you can't pay.
It's not gonna work. Using that girl as bait, that one's coming for her. We ought to just kill her. Only a whole student would be arrogant enough to come in here alone. What? Share and share alike, say I. There's some nuisance when supplies run over. They don't seem carefully.
Revelio.
Let's finish this job and be done with it. Wasting time, this isn't. I know you're to help me later if there is some trouble. They need to remind me that we're still running this.
I've seen this coming. I told you all, too many minds at work and not one needed, not one. Is it going to be the dam?
I ought to pay that pretty little shopkeeper in Bagan Tide.
What's that? Better have a look then.
I've raided Brockborough more times than I can count. What are we even doing here?
Revelio.
This is a waste of our time.
It's Totalis.
When we're done here, I'm going straight to the
Revelio.
I couldn't wait to get out of Hogwarts when I was there. I was always being reprimanded.
Perhaps it's dinner rhyme. Girl's been nothing but trouble. About time we locked her up.
Petrificus Totalis.
I've had enough of this old cross, and I never have to see it again.
Wonder where we should aim for next. Somewhere else they're lured into thinking the Ministry will protect them. It's about time Rookwood took...
Be on the lookout for the girl's friend, if they're daft enough to try to come through here.
Everyone in Upper Hogsfield shudders when they see me coming, and rightfully so.
We may be working with the goblins for now, but soon they'll be answering to us.
Is that you, Roylance?
They're all working against each other when you should be working.
It's exhausting.
Standing here all day waiting to do Rookwood's work for him, he can fight his own battles.
Revelio.
My loyalty's to Rookwood and no one else. I shall be shining in Rookwood's eyes when he sees what I'm capable of.
I'd remember my father speaking these times. Seems now they're upon me, they tell quite a different story.
How did I get mixed up in this?
What? Afraid to face me?
Expulsum! Not so tough there, are ya?
Take up from here!
Ontario.
Reduxum!
Expulso!
Accio.
Expulso!
Leviosa.
Expulso! To your knees!
Bombarda.
Expulso! Thought you could hide from me!
Glacius. Ontario.
Conductive, aren't we?
Defender. Bombarda.
I've never been afraid.
Confringo.
How dare you
Expelliarmus.
such a thing to me?
Oh,
The pain!
Bombarda.
Crucio! What have you done? Oh, this is... Flash from Inspiration!
I hate kites.
I've had enough of this.
Rookwoods don't go down easy. What are your thoughts, John?
Electricity.
Make it stop! Cynthia!
Revelio. The book of poems that was taken from Agabus Filbert. He'll be thrilled to have this back. Otto Dibble's love letter from Rosie. He wanted me to destroy this if I found it. And he must be here somewhere. Revelio.
You found us. I knew you would realize I had left my wand for you. Speak to Mr. Rabe. He will tell you what you need to do.
Mr. Rabe, Daisy told me you'd been abducted.
You spoke with my wife. How is she?
Worried about you. Are you all right?
I am all right. Thank you for coming. These locks are cursed, and there's an anti-apparition jinx on the cells. Even Natty's skill with wandless magic cannot free us. I need you to find my wand.
Use mine. We'll find yours together once you're out of there.
I need my wand for this. Using one with which I have no connection may not work as well or as quickly, and we cannot risk detection.
I shall do my best. Any idea where it might be?
It's nearby. I can sense it.
Understood. I'll find it.
Your friend Natty was not able to summon my wand. It must be blocked by something.
Revelio. Confringo.
My wand is somewhere in this room. I can tell.
Revelio. Mr. Rabe's wand could be in there. Mr. Rabe's wand. He'll be glad to have this back. Mr. Rabe, I found your wand.
Well done. I knew it was nearby. Now, you best stand back. One never knows how a curse will react to being broken.
Thank you, Mr. Isco.
My pleasure. And thank you, my friend. We owe our lives to your bravery. I may be too weak to disapparate with you both, but I can try.
You go ahead. Find Officer Singer. We will get out of here on our own.
Very well. But be careful. Thank you, my young friends.
Be prepared for a fight. These Ashwinders must pay. Let's find Officer Singer and put an end to Harlow once and for all.
Natsai Onai. I should have known. And you, the troll dispatcher. Oh, thank goodness the two of you are safe. Isco Rabe told me a couple of students had rescued him. Should have known it was you two.
Is Mr. Rabe all right?
He is. I sent him home to his wife, Miss Onai. Your mother will not be pleased to learn that you're still risking your safety pursuing these dangerous men.
Actually, Officer Singer, Natty and I learned of several Hogsmeade residents who've had their lives threatened by the Ashwinders. In addition to abducting Mr. Rabe to blackmail his wife and Natty, Rookwood and Harlow have also extorted Agabus Filbert and Otto Dibble.
I will look into all of that. As for the two of you, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but you are taking great risk. Next time, please let the authorities handle the Ashwinders.
Yes, officer. Do you have enough evidence to take down Harlow and the rest of Rookwood's lot?
Well, it's certainly a good start. We shall see. But you can leave this to me now. Natsai, you may wish to speak with your mother about this before I do.
My mother will not like this. Thank you again for rescuing me. We shall speak soon.
Professor, I wondered if I could ask how you came to Hogwarts.
Ah, I suppose that is not an unexpected question. After I told you about my time in Mahutokoro, it was a simple matter of fate, really. After my experience with the Toyohashi Tengu, I was determined to find work that would fulfill me. I accepted a position with the Japanese Ministry of Magic. I cannot tell you the specifics of my work. A few years into my post, I had the honor of working with Professor Weasley, at the time a curse breaker for the British Ministry.
Professor Weasley was a curse breaker for the Ministry?
She was. But I would advise you not to inquire upon it. She is quite clear that her focus is now Hogwarts. We coordinated, shall we say, defensive efforts on a particular matter, and were talking one evening about the rigors of our respective positions. She mentioned plans to return to Britain and Hogwarts specifically. I noted I could appreciate her decision. Her description of the school was so enchanting that when she wrote to me a few years later about the open position of flying professor, I was intrigued.
I suppose I can understand wanting to move on from all that you went through with the Tengu.
But that is not at all what happened. I was not moving on. What happened would always be a part of me. I learned from it. My reason for coming to Hogwarts was to expand my horizons.
Then you enjoy being a flying instructor, even after all that happened?
I do. And not despite all that happened, but because of it. You would do well to let lessons be just that, lessons. Learn from your errors, in judgment or otherwise. I am proud to impart such knowledge upon students, no matter where in the globe they may reside.
Does it get any more cozy than Hogsmeade?
Folks still talk about you taking down that troll in the village circle. You certainly made an impression.
Mine now, demi guys.